Who the hell can correct black women? Y'all don't want any level of standard for yourselves.
They don't ascribe to a certain level of femininity, and they need to be punished.
Somebody needs to be held accountable, and they need to pay.
My children, they're not doing very well at all.
You can't afford to take a month of maternity leave off, yet you have your hair done.
He's just not like giving me a shot, and it kind of sucks.
Why she broke up with the man? Who does she always blame? Him.
All these other girls, I get them flowers, I get nothing. My blood is starting to boil now.
Hey guys, welcome back to More to Life. Now, before I get into this video, I ask that you like, comment, subscribe. Also, smash that notification bell just to be sure you get on my videos as soon as I release them. Let's get right into this.
No one can question black women. No one can correct black women.
I think I like TikTok's particular style of rage bait content because it relies on the same formula. Like, stereotypes win here. And usually when people are talking about holding black women accountable, for one, they mean punishing them. That's what they mean. They mean punish black women for a thing. Usually the thing has to do with the types of relationships that you have or the men that you choose, or, it's usually related to them being bad mothers, which is not a new concept. Like, these conversations were being had in the 1800s, and I can provide proof of that. So it's not a new conversation. It's not like black women back in the day, whatever the quintessential day is, were doing something different than what they're doing now. And people were saying something different than what they're saying now. They're saying the same exact things. But what they usually mean is, we want you to punish black women. Why are we punishing black women? The offense is that they don't do the things that other women do.
Exactly.
They don't ascribe to a certain level of femininity.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And they need to be punished.
That's what who said.
Because the next step usually is, how they berate black men. What is berating black men? Talking about and sharing their experiences of harm and abuse at the hands of men.
You hate women. Shaming tactics.
Who are in proximity to them. That's usually what that is. But also, if I were to turn this on its head and say, hey, you know what? We should hold black women accountable. Let's start with you.
Shame. Shame is one of the 4 major arrows of a low-value woman.
Let's start with, how about we don't make any more rage baity content? How about we don't, make videos where we are punishing black women for offenses that we don't know if they've done or not? How about we do that? Then it'll be a no. Then it'll immediately be, women can't handle the truth, or, when you talk to these black women, they just can't handle what I'm just putting it out there like it is. It's been that way. Putting it out there like it is stereotypes that perpetuate negative attitudes towards black women. That's always been the thing. So what exactly are they being held accountable for?
I don't like this, right? She's being dismissive. She's dismissing everything, and she's acting like there isn't a problem. When you look all across the board, even look at what they're being promoted, what's being promoted to black women, that needs to stop. Not black men. This hasn't been from black men. And what she's saying about people in the past, black women were different then than they are now. And men can see it, and everyone else in society can see it. Women in the 60s and 70s and 80s weren't acting like women in the 90s and 2000s and 2010s. It's night and day. So you're saying this, it's showing like I'm not saying that you're doing this, right? I'm not saying that you're like them. But if a majority of black women are acting a certain way and they're choosing a certain type of man, and it's not even just black women actually, but black women are doing the worst. It's the whole society. It's everyone in America. It's everyone, not everyone, but see, I want to say, oh, you're saying it's everyone. No, it's most of you. And most women in America are choosing badly, right? Statistics are there for a reason. And you can clearly see with those statistics, they go by doctors. They even go by, even when I made the video, when I said 50% of black women have that. That's not something I made up. This is physical proof out there you can find. And they think, oh, they're making no. Women are choosing wrongly. They're choosing to, guys have said it forever, strap up. You know what happens? Men usually will strap up, but women won't carry condoms. And it's an issue, especially black women. A lot of black women aren't carrying condoms.
I saw a video recently where a black woman was asking who the hell can correct black women, and then another black woman stitched it and it was all dramatic, like, who's not telling black women? Y'all don't understand what she's saying. Black women overwhelmingly are not receptive to constructive or critical feedback, are not receptive to accountability. Okay? Overwhelmingly so, to where when somebody like me says being a baby mama is not the goal, y'all want to get in the comments and defend baby mama-ness, as opposed to just reflecting and saying, you know what, if I could do it over again, I would not have had this man's child, but I love my children. Woo, woo, woo.
Yeah.
I can say being a crackhead is not what it is. Y'all gonna say you judge it.
Yeah.
Like, y'all don't want any level of standard for yourselves because you're still full of shame for the decisions that you've made.
Yeah. That's what it is. Full of shame. And I said it before. Everybody's saying it. Look what's happening in other cultures. Look what's happening in places like China. Look what's happening. It's mostly China, right? But look what's happening in China over there, over the side of the world, right? High standards. Women have to meet high standards. That's why you find a Chinese woman saying "sheng ye," because "sheng ye" is right. And a lot of women are already there. And they think it's okay. Freeze my eggs. It's wild.
Why is it that when you have that perfect person, why don't you
No
choose?
woman is perfect. Men don't claim to be perfect. Women do the majority of the breaking up. And whenever you ask a woman why she broke up with the man, who does she always blame? Him. So when the public finds out that a woman cheated on her man, they always support that and be like, well, why did she cheat?
Yeah.
Women claim that they're perfect. When you just ask all you ladies, what did you do wrong in this relationship? And none of you guys said anything that you did anything wrong. Besides saying happy wife, happy life. So that pretty much means the man's happiness. Women do not take accountability most of the time.
That is happening. And what it comes back down to is you need to take accountability. You need to take criticism, right? Because men all the time have to take the strongest criticism. And not everybody can. But you know what happens with most guys? They eat it. Okay, eat it. More comes, they eat it. But with women, they don't eat it. A guy can hear, oh, yeah, he's short. Okay, I got to eat that. Oh, he don't make enough. I got to eat that. Some guys can't eat it. Some guys are committing to unaliving of themselves. Not everybody can handle it. But the guys that handle it deal with it. And we get stronger because of it. Meanwhile, a lot of women can't get stronger. That's the thing. We need to be getting stronger for each other. And that won't work. So a lot of men have to depart. And especially even in the West, it's not just women of the color, right? It's all women. But then you see in the community, they're screaming, oh, why are you just doing this to black women? No, it's happening to all women.
For Valentine's Day, he blatantly asks me, what do you want to do? And I tell him, no, babe, I just want to stay home and, watch a movie with you. Nothing crazy. Let's not spend money, yada, yada, yada. I don't want nothing. He goes, you don't want nothing. I don't want nothing. What happened? He came home with nothing. First, I thought he was going to send me flowers to my job. Okay. So I'm waiting. All these other girls, I get them flowers. I get nothing.
Yo, that's the most disappointing part.
No, I think it's all right because when I get downstairs, when he picks me up, he's gonna surprise me with flowers. I get downstairs, nothing. I'm like, my blood is starting to boil now. So then
now you're like, no, they're at home.
Yeah, exactly. That was my next thing. I said, no, they're at home. They're at home. I know that
he got it set up. He got it.
I get home, nothing.
Again,
nothing. So now at this point, I'm like, there's nothing's gonna happen. Then I see that he goes to sleep. It's like, I'm like, yo, are we really not gonna do nothing? And he's looking at me like, you said you didn't want to do anything. I'm like,
congratulations, you played yourself.
Yo, men are really just that dumb. He's like, And women are dumb because why is it that you can't just open your mouth and tell me exactly what you want to do?
Right.
And I'm like, he's like, this isn't like a Disney movie. Like, it's true. Like, we need to learn that men don't read between the lines. Ladies, if you want something, speak up. Yes, I want flowers. When in the day, I don't know. You figure it out. But I do want something you figure it out. I want something.
Best thing to do. Do that, and men will oblige. Other than that, you're not going to get it. Some guys will read between the lines, but not every guy is watching certain men that coach on these things. Because you need a coach for modern women.
This is not a fairy tale.
Someone that I was talking to, but for only a week, so maybe that's where I went wrong. I don't know. That I was HIV positive. This is the first person that I've ever told that I'm actually talking to that, you know, saw something with. Basically, he blocked me. I've been like really down about it because it's like, it's nothing that I did. And like,
It's nothing you did.
he's just not like giving me a shot, and it kind of sucks because I've never been in this kind of position, you know. I've never felt this kind of rejection before in my life, but I'm so happy and I'm so proud of myself because I did tell him, and I wasn't ashamed when I told him.
Hold up.
I was like very.
She shouldn't be shocked, but I had to give her a round of applause.
Matter of factly when I told him, and that's like really big for me because I'm finally like embracing and getting confidence in this new journey that I'm on. I know I'm gonna be happy with someone. I'm happy now, and I know someone's gonna understand me and love me for who I am. The ideal situation would be like, damn, you know, this shit is scary, but if you're telling me that I'm not at risk and that you're healthy, I'm willing to do the research that I need to do to see if we can make this work. This was my first experience telling someone. It sucked.
Listen, I get it sucks, but you did the right thing, right? Because what you're going through, you would need to meet another person that most likely has it as well for him to take a shot. Because then it's not taking a shot. That's what has to happen. You have to meet another person that has it, and you can share a life together. It's not over. That will be hard to find. Maybe you can go in a dating group for that, and you'll look out, right? But not with a regular guy. A regular guy is going to avoid you like the plague because you have the plague. Why would he get with you and live happily ever after? And you guys are going to have 10 kids. He's not going to take that shot. If anything, he'll shoot something out for you to pin a cup. But why would he take a shot? Keep taking a risk over and over and over. That's what he has to do.
You know what I just thought of?
That you selfishly tried for a fourth child because you really wanted a boy when you can't even afford the kids you have?
I'm pregnant with my fourth kid. This is my baby boy. I can't afford to be on maternity leave. I don't even think a month I can take off, honestly.
You can't afford to take a month of maternity leave off, yet you have your hair done. It's green, I see it. It's like family planning has left the minds of the average American nowadays, because what goes through your mind that I'm gonna have a kid and not plan the finances and childcare in advance?
What the hell is going on in the world?
What is wrong with the world? It's parents like you who have kids they can't afford that expect taxpayers to give their hard-earned money to fund your irresponsible decision. Having a child is a privilege, not a right. Not everyone deserves to have the privilege of being a parent. And parents having kids while they are in poverty or can't even provide for the ones they have is a tragedy. And maternity leave, that should not be expected. You expect the American taxpayers to fund a year? No. They're gonna be like, in Norway, Nate, in Sweden, and then go there. Literally be so for real.
Yeah, I mean, more women need to be accountable. And it starts with things like that. You have a child, prepare for it, save the money, and do it right. Be smart.
Welfare system here in America. And now Angel is facing eviction, and once again, she is demanding someone else pay. News Channel 8's Jeff Patterson joining us now live from the Hillsborough County Courthouse, where Adams was in front of a judge again today. Jeff?
Yeah, good evening, Rod. Angel was back in court today. Angel Adams, now Angel Brown, became very famous. And actually, out of all of the stories I've ever done at News Channel 8, She's the one most people talk about. She's the one most people remember, all because of one phrase she uttered when I first met her.
Somebody needs to be held accountable, and they need to pay.
When I first met Angel, she was living in a one-bedroom motel. 12 of her children were sharing just 2 beds, and Angel demanded that someone pay for her to move into a new house. With the help of the Department of Children and Families, Angel moved into a new home. But when someone posted stories about her on YouTube, she became internationally famous as an example of what is wrong with the welfare system in America. Angel doesn't care that people across the country hate her.
That's okay because they don't know me.
Now Angel and her husband are back in trouble and back in court.
Our lights go on, they go off. They go on, they go off.
Angel is facing eviction from her home, and her power has been turned off because they owe nearly $600 in back payments. Angel told the judge she used a check from the Tampa Housing Authority that was to pay for the power bill to pay instead to evacuate her children during Hurricane Irma.
And I used it for my children to evacuate for the Irma hurricane. When they told us to get out, I used that money to evacuate and get my children.
I think she's smoking. Yeah, seriously. I hope she's not. She's just having babies and she's smoking. That'd be crazy. She's doing crack. She has crackhead tendencies.
Where they needed to be.
The judge told Angel and her husband the bill is theirs to pay.
You're asking me to make an agency pay money above and beyond what they committed to pay, and I don't have that authority.
And so Angel is facing eviction once again from this home. The landlord has not been paid rent in 3 months, and Angel is wondering where now to turn.
My children are hungry. My children are afraid. My children are cold. My children can't function in school. My children, they're not doing very well at all.
Yeah, the Tampa Housing Authority is working with Angel to try to find her and her husband and her children a new house. But here's an update on Angel. When I first met her 10 years ago, she had 15 children. 12 of them were living with her. Now she has 17 children. 5 of them are living outside of the home. And the question everyone always asks, why does she have so many children if she can't pay for them? And the one thing Angel has always maintained, she says, children are a gift from God. Rod?
All right, Jeff Patterson reporting live for us tonight. Jeff, thanks.
Man, when children are a gift from God, but you make it a gift from Satan, because that's what happened there. Like, accountability, man. This is it to the core. But you don't see this happening much nowadays, because most women aren't that dumb. You see women having 5, 6, 17 is something else. But it's happening. More women not being accountable, and we're getting to that day and age where accountability is just a thought. You leave outside the West, it's not, but it's just a thought. And you have to understand that's why guys are deciding to leave. Because we all realize there's definitely more to life than being around women like that.
We agree.